This photograph of the terrorist massacre in Baisar-e-Pahalgam in Jammu and Kashmir says it all. This is a young lady, someone who was recently married, and this is her husband who was shot at point blank range by these cowards, these terrorists who call themselves freedom fighters. They were armed with heavy equipment, with AK-47s, M4s, and they descended down on a tourist spot where there were tourists from all over India and some abroad who were just enjoying themselves in one of the most beautiful scenic spots of India. Now these terrorists, believed to be 5 or 6 in number, belong to the Lashkar-e-Toiba, and of course they now have very fancy names of their units. I don't even want to talk about it. But these are all sponsored by the Pakistan state. And I wouldn't even say the deep state. It is the Pakistani civilian government hand in hand with the army and its intelligence agency, the ISI. So what did they do? They descended down from the forests. They went to this picnic spot. They identified the Hindus and they shot them one by one. Out of 28 people who have been killed, one was also a Muslim. He pleaded with them, he said he was a Muslim, but they shot him down nevertheless. These are cowards. They were not shooting at an armed group or the army or the security forces. They went and shot down innocents who had nothing to defend them. But let's get back to Pakistan, which is training these terrorists, these animals, and what do we need to do about that? There cannot be any complacency on the part of the Indian government. We need to go after the Pakistani state as a political entity. We need to break it down. We need to destroy them socially and economically. Pakistan as a state, as a country, has completely failed. It is facing multiple insurgencies. The army is running the show. They have put their own political leaders in prison, but they want to distract from all this by attacking parts of India. Now, India cannot take this lying down. We cannot be complacent. The Prime Minister returned back at 4 a.m. from the Saudi Arabian official trip that he had, and there are a series of meetings which are happening. Now, of course, India should take its time. It should plan it out properly, but we need a short-term plan, a medium plan and a long-term plan to destroy this country. They cannot keep doing this willfully on us. And these 4 or 5 terrorists and all the handlers of the Lashkar-e-Toiba or whatever they call themselves with some fancy name need to be eliminated. And everybody else who is kind of supporting them, because they cannot do this act, they cannot accomplish such things without some local support. There is a minority of people there who support them financially, who give them places to hide. They need to be taken out and they need to be destroyed. This is Arjun Bhagat for AB Decodes.